Hello, viewers, and welcome to our latest episode of MDRU's Rock Talk Rocks, where we sit down and chat with our staff and our researchers about the interesting and exciting research going on at the Mineral Deposit Research Unit at the University of British Columbia. And today I am interviewing Rob Lee, Research Associate, PhD. And Rob has been working at MDRU as a research associate since 2014. He was initially working when he began at MDRU on the NSERC CMIC Footprints project. So CMIC is the Canadian Mining and Innovation Council. And this Footprints project, and Rob will talk about it a little bit more in detail, but it focused on 3 different mineral deposits in Canada and looking at their geological, geochemical, and geophysical footprints. So Rob began at MDRU working on this project and transitioned eventually into working on the Western Tethyan project. And he also participates in teaching short courses at MDRU. So he's taught porphyry exploration short courses and zircon geochemistry short courses. And recently did our first online short course on zircon geochemistry. And so today, welcome, Rob Lee. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. It's always great to chat with you, Diane. Thank you very much.
Yes, a delight. And so the first thing I kind of want to point out is that I feel a little like sort of a kinship with Rob, because I feel like we're kind of both a little bit of a jack of all trades in a way, and like in the best kind of way, right?
We are.
I feel like so you're very interested in multidisciplinary geoscience data integration and 3D data analysis, and applying the most relevant and applicable geoscience tool from the geologist toolkit to answer whatever the question is put forward, and for whatever the geological situation and problem calls for. So to kind of let's figure out together how you got to this place of sort of being interested in data integration and sort of being a jack of all trades. So maybe you could elaborate a little bit and talk a little bit about your academic and career path, Rob.
Thanks, Diane. Yeah, I've had kind of an interesting career that's taken me kind of all over to very different disciplines and technology and understanding. And I think that's important to realize that in the exploration industry, you kind of have to have a basic understanding of all the genres of geology, whether it be just basic mapping, structure, geophysics, geochemistry, because we use that consistently in exploration. So. But when I first started as a young student X amount of years ago, I actually had no idea about economic geology. That wasn't what I was going to start with. I was going to go find dinosaurs. That's what I was going to do. As a young kid, I never got out of that love of dinosaurs. But when I went to do my undergraduate and master's degree, I got more into geochemistry and geochronology, and so that's what my main background focus was, and why I have an extensive interest in zircon geochemistry and geochronology. So. In the mid 2000s, early 2000s, I did my PhD with Dr. John Dillis at Oregon State University. And John was friends with Lou Gustafson. who, for those of you who don't know, the Gustafson and Hunt paper from the 70s is one of the main references in citations that we use in the porphyry world to understand the porphyry copper model in mineralization and alteration throughout the world. And that is based at the El Salvador porphyry copper deposit located in northern Chile. But I went and sampled throughout the entire district, collecting samples for lithochemistry and mapping and drill core and age dating. And so we compiled all that. I did extensive studies on mineral chemistry and mass balance and zirconology and application of zircon chemical composition to understanding the potential for what we refer to as fertility, or the magnet potential to form a mineralized system.
So did you begin at MDRU? There was a call out for researchers to be involved in the CMIC project?
The porphyry copper target was at the Highland Valley porphyry copper deposit located in south central British Columbia. And the role that I applied for and was accepted for was to be the lead embedded researcher who dealt directly with the mining company, or the operating company, and the researchers who would eventually be on site and doing so. So my main role was basically a project manager, running the logistics of all the students and researchers who were on site, working directly with the tech employees in operations, as well as conducting my own research. When we talk about footprints or footprints, what we're trying to do is identify the more subtle or the key features of the ore fluids as they permeate outwards, both vertically and laterally away from the source. Typically, it's often a magnetic source. And so the main focus of the project was to go out and just collect as much information, both lithological, structural, petrophysical, geophysical. So we had a geophysicist working on the project, and isotopic systems, chemistry, geochronology, and doing an extensive sampling program. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of moving parts, a lot of individuals and different ideas. And so that was one of the big learning was how do we get everyone into the same room and on the same page.